Hi, I'm Doug,
And I'm David. It's Friday, August 14th.
and you're watching The Head Report. Welcome to The Head Report. Tonight we're taking on Lagunitas, the Rich Copper Ale. And if anybody happens to know what's going on behind this whole little please shoot us an email, post on the Facebook, do whatever you gotta do. Let us know why it's...
The Head Report will evaluate based on a hybrid score sheet that's compatible with Beer Advocate and Rate Beer, and will be using the style guidelines from the Beer Judge Certification Program, where applicable.
Well,
let's get pouring.
One of the things that you'll notice here is that, watch. Ooh, twist top.
Twisty.
Where are you at in the whole twist top versus, pry off bottle cap? I mean, should craft beer go twist or should it be a pry off? I don't know.
I've heard it both ways. We got a local brewery, Founders, who does twist offs, and actually they're going to be going to the pop top, mainly because they're changing their bottle style. But they've argued both ways that there's really nothing wrong with a screw top or a pop top. So
yeah,
it'd be good to know if anybody has their thoughts. Hook us up, email, Facebook.
Let us know. Let's get pouring. On that Lagunitas, for appearance, I really went high on the appearance on this one. They call it a rich copper ale, and I tell you what, they got dead on very rich copper color on this one. So I gave it a 4.5 pints on the copper color.
Same here. Surprise, surprise. I poured a nice, like Doug says, a rich copper. It's got a quickly disappearing head, which is a little unfortunate. For me, I like that in the appearance.
I like a little bit of lacing.
Yeah, definitely a 4 pints on the appearance for me. Spot on.
Yeah. What do you got there on the aroma, David?
The aroma, this for me is going to be probably where it falls almost flat. There's about I'd probably say 2.5, 3 on the aroma. There's just really nothing there. I can work for it, but I shouldn't have to do that.
Yeah. I personally went with 3.5 pints on the aroma. Once this beer gets a little bit warmer, it will give you more of that malty kind of cereal nose. It'll start to give you a little bit of an alcohol nose, but when it's at its cellar temperature, right around 40 degrees, like David said, you got to really kind of work for what is there. But once it gets a little warmer, around 50, 55 degrees, it definitely it opens up a little bit more. But it is a very cereal, kind of malty.
Definitely.
It almost kind of smells like they threw an extra bag of DME, dry malt extract, in at the very end there. Instead of dry hop, they dry malted.
Yeah, definitely has the toasty kind of malt aspect to it. Underpowering hops, taste them, they're there.
Yeah.
But you can't. There's not much of a smell to them, which is,
Yeah.
good, I think, for this beer, considering it, the style.
Yes,
for sure.
Yes, definitely for
it does have a slight fruity kind of ester to it as well. So.
I agree. On the taste, for me, the taste. This is really kind of where this fell off.
2.5 pints for me on the taste.
I went 2.5 pints as well.
I'm a huge fan of Lagunitas beers. Hop Stupid, 2009 Correction Ale, fabulous beers. This to me is an average.
Yeah,
average. Copper ale, amber ale. Almost a Killian style beer. Just a run of the mill.
Yeah. No, I would. Unfortunately, I have to associate Lagunitas with Killian's as well. In the same sentence, it's definitely a very drinkable beer.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't call it mouthwash or anything like that, but it's just with the Lagunitas and the press that they're getting these days, and a lot of their other products, I just really expected a lot more out of this beer, and it's not well balanced. It's got a bitterness to it, which you get from the hops, obviously, and I'm wondering, because some of the other places they call it the chronic, maybe the chronic is underneath there. Maybe this is a hemp brewed beer. I don't know. We haven't been able. If anybody out there knows something about that, please let Beer 30 know, and we'll make sure that we get that information out to the general public. And maybe that's kind of what some of that bitterness is.
Could be.
But it's not as balanced as I would like for the malts, the cereals, and the bitterness adjuncts that are used to balance out a beer. I think is a little too bitter, so that's why I gave it the 2.5 pints myself.
Yeah, like I said, I was at the 2.5 pint mark too, and it's character for me that's missing, considering the rest of their products. Hop Stupid, the 2009 IPA Maximus, they all have, whoa, that's a interesting beer. This, not so much.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Mouthfeel. What do you say there for mouthfeel?
I got 3 pints on the mouthfeel because it's considering the style, it's got a medium to medium bold mouthfeel. So about 3 pints for me.
Okay, I went with 3 pints as well. With an amber ales, I'm looking for more of that kind of heavy on the palate, heavy kind of below that tongue area in there, kind of weightiness to the beer, and it doesn't really kind of have any of that. It's got more of a pale ale, kind of a lightness to it, which. I mean, if that's what their intention is in brewing this, then they hit it. But for me, and for the style guidelines on a amber or copper, and as they call it, ale, I really wanted some more weight on the palate myself.
For sure.
With the verdict overall, I went with a 3 pints on that. It's drinkable beer. It's definitely not drain cleaner by any stretch of the imagination, but. I can think of a couple other beers within this style, within the amber or copper ale. There's really not a whole lot of copper ales out there, but an amber kind of ale out there that I would probably pick over this, but I wouldn't necessarily call it money down the drain.
Sure, for sure. Yeah, I gave it a 3 pints on the overall verdict too. I mean, it's a crisp drinking beer. I mean, could drink it in the winter, could drink it in the summer. Would be really good in the summer, on a hot day. But definitely, of this style, there are, ones that I would choose over this one.
Yeah, I agree.
Lagunitas, fabulous brewery though. Like I said, really good beers. But this one, for some reason, again, if it was their intention, great. But it's the style, little under the radar considering the other ones. The other beers I got.
I agree. So, well, hey, it's been a pleasure. Keep pouring.
Cheers, Lagunitas.